It fired up after like the third pull before, so we'll see what it does this time. Hopefully it works out pretty good. Got to push that compression brake in every single time. That or you'll be in for a rude awakening. All right. Turn the choke off. That's what I did last time. Let it warm up. I did adjust the idle or the high speed. I'm running the 35 to 1 for the first break-in is what they recommend. So. Nice cookies. I did notice it kind of got a slight curve to it right here, a little bit. All right, this is starting to close in. It's sitting on the ground. I don't want to be getting in the dirt. Looks like I got, and it's not dirt, but it's bark. So I'm right at the end. Ooh, I got it. I knew I was close, but man, that's gonna make that's gonna make some heck of a cookies. I'll tell you that. That'd be neat end table. And I'm taking my time because I'm really trying to get the saw to stay as true straight as possible. I'm not trying to force it and having it curve out or something. So I'm gonna have to lift the log up. Let's see how heavy this sucker is. Woo! That is one big cookie, and it already kind of has a check. You can see It's got some checking through there. So it's going to take a lot of Pentacryl, a lot of Pentacryl to treat this cookie, that's for sure. Take it off, because I need to lift that log up to be cutting it that close to the ground. That's a lot of teeth to have to sharpen. And so I'm going to roll this over. That's one thing nice is the wheel. It rolls. You just roll it up on a pallet. And I will probably take these, sticker them for now, for around about a month or something like that. I want to check the moisture in them. This tree, like I say, it's been down for about a little over 9 months. I can lift it now better. I couldn't lift it that good before. I'm going to get this thing out where it's a little more level. Right now it's on an angle. There we go. Alright, you guys probably out of the screen now. So I may make a cut. It's always hard because you're looking at it here and you're trying to get what you believe is 90 degrees. So when you're cutting your next cut, you're trying to keep it so your cookie doesn't come fade out at one side. And it's not easy. And you got to take your time cutting it and let the saw eat. Let it cut. Compression brake, dingy. That's better. Woo, that was tough. I must have hit something in there because it is dull. I mean, it went from cutting to not cutting. I mean, that was fast. So little hand file, and I got to get it straightened out. We'll see how it does. I'm cutting it thick enough. My first start, I know it's going to be thicker down there, and this will be a little bit more work when it comes to turning it into a cookie or a table or something, because that first cut, I know whoever cut it, they butchered this tree, and they probably didn't have enough saw, or they were running dull blades, chains, because it was a butchered mess, especially at the base. And I don't even have the guy's number anymore. I lost it. He had a lot more pieces for me to get, so I probably just need to drive down there and get with him if he hasn't cut it up for firewood already. Old arms. Come on, baby. Let's see. Might be flooding it. Ah, that's working me. I don't know why we're not getting any contact. That's not good. Wow. That's kind of concerning. Oh, that flooded it. Coming out the back here. Bring it down a little bit lower. You can kind of see how good it's throwing out the wood. Woo, down we go. Alright, I think I got you good. That's some hard wood, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what, that is a hard wood to be cutting for a break-in, because man, I just sharpened this, and I did use the cheated. I used the electric sharpener. Could be a combination of just weak metal, cheap chain, but I'll be honest with you, I mean, you can see the scratches and how it's already taken that off of there. And I've had this bar, on the other one, I cut a ton of stuff up. See where it's getting hot? That wood is hard, that it is just. So I'm going to go hand file that again and get it sharp again. Now, I did a little quick hand file on it, got it cleaned up. But man, this stuff, it's rough. I was looking for a place to turn the oiler up on this. I thought it was on the bottom, like a lot of them are right here, but I can't find it. So I'll have to look into that a little more. It is oiling, but I think it should probably be doing a little more. So hopefully it starts a little easier this time. Gotta back up here. I don't know why I flooded it so easy last time. That's better. Let's see if we can get through this log here. Jeez. I lost you somewhere along the way. Man, that thing, a big cookie come off there. Hit this stand. I'm like, man, it's $100 and some stand. I thought I was gonna break it, but it held up. And man, that is some freaking hard wood. I mean, it's cutting it pretty straight. I mean, you can kind of see it, but man, it takes 2 sharpenings to get through it. And it's definitely getting the bar hot. I hate to see that on a new bar, but I made that one a little thicker. That one's offset because it was the first cut. It was on an angle. Like I say, we can fix all this in the shop a year or 2 from now, but I do want to get one more cookie off of it. Might take a couple filings to get through it. We'll figure it out, but the saw is running pretty decent. We will try to take one more cookie off of this, and I did that one cookie's a good 4 inches plus, so I figure if I overcut it, you know, I can when I run it through my sled, I can cut it down. I got a pretty good carbide tipped sled. I'm kind of worried about that right there too. That kind of, I want to get something and bang on that. Hear that? It's almost hollow, and that's exactly where I want to cut it. And I do not want to eat a chain and bar that fast. Let me go grab something to check that out. Up close here, you can investigate it with me. I don't know, it sounds like it's part of it. Like I say, it's a wound. The last thing I want to do is hit some metal. And like I said, this is a yard tree, and this is about the right height. I don't think it has any value for the cookie, but just want to make sure. Yeah, I guess it was a younger branch maybe. In the length, I can take 2. I can do 2 total cookies more. We'll see. We'll see. Ah, look at all that stuff in the... I don't want it too tight, but I don't want it too loose. And this is a nice little wrench here. I'll put a link to the company that sells these. This has been such a blessing to have this. Makes life a lot easier when it comes to tightening the chains. Let's see, you always want to lift up on that. We'll double check it. That's better. It didn't take a whole lot, but I don't want it, in this case, I don't want it running out on my wood, obviously. I'm trying to make them as even as possible. It will definitely make my life a lot better in the future as far as finishing these cookies here. Every log's different. It depends on how the tree grew. It was out kind of like open near a historical home. There's two of them. The other one's still there. So if this side got more light, maybe it grew faster towards that way, and this side was more in the shade, and the rings are a little tighter to this side. It's definitely somehow affecting the saw the way it's cutting. Definitely felt something as I was cutting it. I don't know if the camera picked it up or not. Something. It was cutting pretty smooth, but this is that big knot, so that's why cutting through that way and coming almost to center and only having to cut here instead of trying to cut the whole thing, having this knot right here, did better. Take a quick tired. If you're new to the channel, I have a severe case of sleep apnea. I sleep about 4 hours a night, so I get tired. 4 inches on that side. Let's see how consistent. Oh, that's a heavy boy. Looks like it might be a little wider here, like 4 3/4 here. Got to roll it this way anyways. 4 3/4 there. It did seem like it was tapering. 4 3/8. So it's not wholly horrible for, you know, cutting it with a chainsaw, having to get the chainsaw to cut consistently through the wood, even though it's hitting knots and, you know, knots and stuff like that.